ask you to remain quiet during the entire performance. Obviously, you can include hollering back when the numbers are done, but during actual performances, stay as quiet as you can because we want the focus to be on the performers, not on the people around you. So, if you talk or whisper, you may be asked to leave, and if you have a small child, we just ask that if they become fussy, just take them out to the side, so it's not interrupting this performance. Turn off all your cell phones, so they're not going off during the performance. Just a couple of things about our performance. This is in the black box style of theater because we have literally about a foot off stage on both sides, and that's barely enough room to hold the cast. So it's a pretty set, low show, and it's just about the performance, which is what I think it should be because these kids are fantastic. It has been an honor and a privilege to see these ninth graders grow in the last 3 years, and I'm so excited for their future in theater and the performing arts. I've just been blown away by the talent that they have shown me every single day, and during this process, it has been an inspiration to see what junior high kids are capable of. So I'm so excited for you to see the quality of work that these guys have put together. They helped run this whole process. They were helping with blocking, with choreographing, with costumes. They were involved in the entire process, and they wanted to be involved in the entire process, which I was super proud of to be part of. So, did I miss anything? I don't think so. So with that, sit back, relax, and enjoy our performance, our final performance of You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown.
I really don't think you have anything to worry about, Charlie Brown. After all, science has shown that a person's character isn't fully established until they're at least 5 years old.
But I am 5! I'm more than 5!
Oh, well, that's just how it goes.
You're a good man, Charlie Brown.
The only thing wrong with my big brother, Charlie Brown, is his lack of confidence. Well, his inferiority and his lack of confidence. Oh, his clumsiness, his inferiority and his lack of confidence. Oh, his stupidity, his clumsiness, his inferiority and his lack of confidence.
You're a good man, Charlie Brown. You're the kind of reminder we need.
Did you know that Charlie Brown has never pitched a winning baseball game, never been able to keep a kite in the air, never won a game of checkers, and never successfully punted a football? Sometimes I marvel at his consistency.
You have humility, nobility, and a sense of honor that is very rare indeed.
I think Charlie Brown has nice hands.
This is truly a dog's life, filled with many challenges. You try acting excited when that brown-headed kid comes home from school.
You're a prince, and a prince could be king.
Now, Linus, I want you to take a good look at Charlie Brown's face. Now, Charlie Brown has what you call a failure face. Notice how it has failure written all over it. You rarely see such a good example. Notice the dull, vacant look in his eyes. Oh, yes, I'm so quite sure that you're liable to see such a fine example of a failure face for a long while.
Some days I wake up early to watch the sunrise, and I think how beautiful it is, and how my life lies before me, and I get a very positive feeling about things. Like this morning, for instance. The sky is so clear and the sun's so bright. How can anything go wrong on a day like this? I'm late!
You're a good man, Charlie Brown. You're the kind of reminder we need. You have humility, nobility, and a sense of honor that is very rare indeed. You're a good man, Charlie Brown, and we know you will go very far. Yes, it's hard to believe, almost frightening to conceive what a good man you are. You are kind to all the animals and every little bird. With a heart of gold, you believe what you're told.
Every single solitary word.
You bravely face adversity, you're cheerful through the day. You're thoughtful, brave, and courteous.
And you also have some thoughts before the moment lunch to say.
Yes, you're a good man, Charlie Brown. You're a prince, and a prince could be king. With a heart such as yours, you could open any doors. You could go out and do anything. You could be King Charlie Brown. You could be
Everybody says to me,
You're a good man, Charlie Brown.
every voice in harmony.
You're a good man, Charlie Brown.
All I need is one more try. Gotta get that kite to fly. And I'm not the kind of guy who gives up easily. Wonder why they stop to say,
You're a good man, Charlie Brown.
never liked me anyway.
You're a good man, Charlie Brown.
Trying not to rock the boat, not to make a scene. A good man, yes, but I confess I don't know what they mean. I wanna rise like I should and do everything right, but I lie awake at night
Never sleep.
with questions in my ear.
Loud and deep.
I wanna join the dance,
Take a leap.
but the answer isn't clear. Then I hear
Charlie Brown, Charlie Brown. You're a good man, Charlie Brown.
Get on the line. Now maybe out of that one, girl.
That's alright.
don't wanna be late.
Don't want to be late for school. You're a good man, Charlie Brown.
There they go
The
again.
kind of reminder we need.
Don't know what they mean. I'm not good. I'm not bad. I'm what a man please.
You're a good man, Charlie Brown.
I don't
You're a
understand.
prince and a prince could be king. With a heart such as yours, you could open any doors. You could You could be King Charlie Brown. You could be king.
It lasts forever. All good things must end. I've memorized that phrase by heart. So tell me, I need to know it. When do the good things start? Oh, you're a good man, Charlie Brown. Oh, you're a good man, Charlie Brown.
This is my report on the past. The past has always interested people. However, I must admit, I don't know a lot about it. I wasn't there when it happened.
Lunchtime is probably the worst time of the day for me. Always having to sit here alone. Oh, and then there's the mornings. Waking up and wondering if anyone would even miss me if I didn't even get out of bed. Oh, and then there's the night, too. Think about all the stupid things I've done in the day. And all those hours in between where I do all those stupid things. Well, lunchtime is among the worst times of the day for me. Oh, I guess I'd better see what I got. Peanut butter. Some psychiatrists say people that eat peanut butter sandwiches are lonely. I guess they're right. And when you're really lonely, it sticks to the roof of your mouth. There's that cute little redhead girl eating your lunch over there. I wonder what she'd do if I went over and asked if I could have lunch with her. She'd probably laugh right in my face. It's hard on a face when it gets laughed in all the time. I mean, there's an empty seat right next to her. I don't see any reason why I couldn't go sit next to her and eat lunch. Well, I mean, all I'd have to do is stand up. I'm standing up. Oh, I'm just sitting down. I'm a coward. I'm so much of a coward, she wouldn't even think of looking at me. In fact, I can't ever remember her looking at me. Why doesn't she ever look at me? Is she so great and I'm so small that she can't spare one little moment? She's looking at me. She's looking at me.
You're thinking of the other dress, the one I wore to Lucinda's party. The one I'm talking about is the very light blue one with the design embroidered around the waist.
I don't remember.
Something like this. So the skirt went out like this, and the sleeves, they puffed out like this, and there's a sash through the middle just like this.
Oh yes, I remember.
Well, yes, that's the dress that I wore to Rita's last week.
Lunchtime is the worst time of the day for me. If that little red-haired girl's looking at me with this paper bag on my head, she must think I'm the biggest fool alive. But if I take it off quickly, and she's not looking, she'll never notice. But I can't tell if she's looking until I take it off. On the other hand, it's very hard to breathe in here. She's not looking at me. Why doesn't she ever look at me?
closer to it by directing the forces of his life towards a single goal that he believes in. I also think that a man's personal search for happiness is not a selfish thing either. Because by achieving it himself, he can help others to find it. Does that make sense to you?
We had spaghetti at my house 3 times this week. It had like glass slippers and the puffy sleeves and maybe even really fat dress. It's really pretty. But sort of a princess type of thing. You wouldn't understand, would you, Charlie Brown?
Well, no, but I mean, we all have our little daydreams or ambitions or whatever you want to call them. I mean, there's one I've had myself for years, but I've never told anyone.
No, come on, Charlie, you can tell me, please, please, pretty please.
I shouldn't.
Oh, come on, Charlie Brown, I won't tell anyone, I promise.
Oh, okay. I've always wanted to be called Flash. Oh. I mean, everyone would like me and I'd be good at athletics and everyone would call me Flash and I'd just be so nice and all my sandwich.
Rita, listen to this!
Oh, what's the matter, Molly Volley?
Well, I don't know. I was jumping rope and everything was fine and then it all seemed so futile.
Beethoven used to be fond of taking long walks in the country. He was always inspired by the beautiful sounds of the countryside. Beethoven had it nice.
I think I'm losing my flavor.
Hi, Snoopy, we're home from school. Roof, roof. Gosh, fella, it sure is good to see you.
Oh, Snoopy, you're just so adorable.
Yeah, he's just about the best there is.
I think Snoopy's such a wonderful dog.
Yeah, me too. All right, Snoopy, I'll be out later with your supper.
They like me, I think they're swell. Isn't it remarkable how things turn out so well? Pleasant day, pretty sky, life goes on. Here I lie, not bad at all. Cozy home, board and bed, sturdy roof beneath my head. Not bad at all. Faithful friends, always near me, bring me bones, scratch my ear. Little birds come to cheer me every day. Sitting here on my stomach with their sharp little claws, which are usually cold and occasionally painful. And sometimes there's so many that I hardly stand it. Every now and then that I gotta bite someone. I know every now and then what I wanna be. A fierce jungle animal crouched on the limb of a tree. La 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 la. Stay very, very still till I see a victim come. I wait knowing very well every second counts. And then like the fierce jungle creature I am, I would pounce. I'd pounce. I pounce! Oh! You know, I never really realized how high I was from the ground. Let me see. Where was I? Oh, that's right. The pretty sky. Oh, not bad at all. Cozy home, board and bed, sturdy roof beneath my head. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I wonder if it's gonna snow tonight.
I think I'll walk right up to that little redhead girl and introduce myself. I'll introduce myself and then I'll ask her to sit by me. I'll ask her to sit by me and then I'll tell her how much I've always admired her. Oh, I think I'll flap my arms and fly to the moon.
Yesterday I was a dog. Today I'm a dog. Tomorrow I'll probably still be a dog. There's just so little hope and advancement.
Today's April Fool's Day, Charlie Brown. I think I'll play a little trick on you. I think I'll try a little trick. You understand what I'm saying, don't you? You understand this is April Fool's Day? You sure? I want to be certain you understand. Hey, Charlie Brown, guess what? The little redhead girl's over there, and she wants to give you a hug and a kiss.
Oh my gosh,
April Fool's! Just like shooting fish in a barrel.
Hey, Snoopy! Snoopy! Do you see this stick? I, the human being, will throw the stick, and you, the dog, will retrieve it. Go get it, go, go, go.
I, the dog, could not be less interested.
I got it!
Give me back my blanket!
No! I got it and I'm gonna keep it. This is just a certain aid to help you break this disgusting habit.
Apparently, you haven't read the latest scientific reports. A blanket is as important to a child as a hobby is to an adult. Many a man spends his time restoring antique automobiles, or building model trains, or even studying about the Civil War. This is called playing with the past.
Really?
Certainly, and this is good because it helps these men to cope with their everyday problems. Now, I feel that it's going to be absolutely necessary for me to get my blanket back. So I'm just going to give it a good yank. It's surprising what you can do with a little smooth talking and some fast action. Got you back again. Sucking your thumb without a blanket is like eating a cone without ice cream. What do you mean? It's a cozy sanctuary, but it's far from necessary, because I'm just as self-reliant as before. As a simple demonstration of my independent station, I'll just walk away and leave it on the floor. Yes, I'll walk away and leave it, though I know you won't believe it. I'll just walk away and leave it on the floor. La 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 la. La 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 la. Yes, I'll walk away and leave it on. Don't ever let me do that again.
You're a hopeless case, Linus.
I thought I could do it. I actually thought I could do it.
Linus, do you know what I intend? I intend to be queen. When I grow up, I'm going to be the biggest queen there ever was. And I'll live in this big palace with a big front lawn, and I'll have lots of beautiful dresses to wear. And when I go out on my coach, all the people will wave, and I will shout at them.
Lucy, I believe queen is an inherited title. Yes, I'm quite sure. One can only become queen by being born into a royal family of the correct lineage, so that she can assume the throne after the death of the reigning monarch. I can't think of any possible way that you could become queen. I'm sorry, Lucy, but it's true.
And in the summertime, I'll go to my summer palace, and I'll wear my crown and swimming and everything, and all the people will cheer, and I will shout at them! What do you mean I can't be queen?
It's true.
There must be a loophole. This kind of thing always has a loophole. No one should be kept from being queen if she wants to be one. It's undemocratic.
Good, agreed.
It's usually just a matter of knowing the right people. I've had a few pieces of well-placed correspondence, and I'll be queen in no time. I know what I'll do.
I think
If I can't be queen, then I'll become very, very rich. And I'll work and work until I'm very rich. And then I'll buy myself a queendom. Yeah, I'll buy myself a queendom. And then I'll kick out the old queen and take over the whole operation myself. And I will be head queen. Yeah, head queen. Okay, switch channels.
Are you kidding? What makes you think you can come in here and take over? I'm not one of your royal subjects.
These 5 fingers, individually they're nothing. But when I curl them together into a single unit, they become a fighting force terrible to behold!
Yes, Your Majesty.
Supper time?
Not yet.
Supper time?
Not yet.
Not yet! Supper time?
A C? How can anyone get a C on a coat hanger sculpture? May I ask a question? Was I judged on the piece of sculpture itself? If so, is it not true that time alone can judge a work of art? Or was I judged on my talent? If I was, is it right that I be judged on a part of life over which I have no control? Perhaps I was judged on what I had learned about this project. Then were not you, my teacher, also being judged on your ability to transmit your knowledge to me? Maybe I was judged on my effort, but if I was, then I was judged unfairly, for I tried as hard as I could. Perhaps it was the quality of my creation. Now, is it right that I be judged on the quality of coat hangers that are used by the dry cleaning establishment that returns our garments? Is this not the responsibility of my parents? Should they not share my seat? Thank you, Miss Othmar. The squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Little more speed, little more rope, little more wind, little more hope. Gotta get this stupid kite to fly. Gotta make sure it doesn't snag, doesn't droop, doesn't drag. Gotta watch out for every little oops. Little less speed, little more tech, little less rise, a little more slack. Gotta keep my wits about me now. Gotta make sure it doesn't get the best of me till I get it in the air somehow. Millions of little kids do it every day. They make a kite and poof, it's in the sky. Leave it to me to have the one fool kite who likes to see a little kid cry. Little less talk, a little more skill, a little less luck, a little more riddle. Gotta face this fellow, I do I. Now that I've seen you chasing moles, climbing trees, digging holes, catch your string on everything passing by. Why not fly? Wait a minute. What's it doing? It isn't on the ground. It isn't in a tree. It's in the air. Look at that. It's caught the breeze now. It's past the trees now. With room to spare. Oh, what a beautiful sight. And I'm not such a clumsy guy. If I really try, I can really fly a kite. Ah!
I'm mad, and at the whole world. Well, are you mad at everybody in the whole world? Yeah, I'm mad at everybody. Well, are you mad at the animals and the birds and the fish? Are you mad at the trees and all the little flowers? Yeah, I'm mad at them too. I'm mad at everything. Well, are you mad at the sky and all the little stars? Are you mad at the ground and all the little rocks? Are you mad at the cars and the buildings and the TVs and the circuses and the rollerblades and the races? Not to mention jump ropes. Are you mad at jump ropes? I'm especially mad at stupid jump ropes.
Here, Lucy, this is for you. Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, that doesn't sound right. Here, Lucy, this is for you. Happy Valentine's Day. You can do it if you just don't get nervous. Christmas! I'd give anything if that little redhead girl sent me a Valentine this year. Maybe she did. Maybe she did, and it's in our mailbox right now. I'm afraid to look. If I look and there's nothing there, I'll be crushed. But if she did send me one, I've got to look! Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Nothing echoes
Hello?
like an empty mailbox.
I didn't think about why you didn't get any Valentines this year, big brother. I think I figured it out.